I started off with the Boston branch of the NAACP, and this was back in 1969, 70. And I was in college at the time, in undergrad. And one of the things that I learned the most there was about activism and reaching out and getting other youth involved with the NAACP. Meet Dr. King and Mrs. King at my grandparents' home. Harry and Charles Mitchell, my grandparents, owned a brownstone on 612 Columbus Avenue in Roxbury. And Zion Church, Methodist Church, was just down the street from us. So a lot of times when the Kings came to Boston, they had rallies at that church. And my grandparents always invited people to their home. And it was so exhilarating. And I knew then that I had to keep learning and be a part of trying to help eradicate racism. Even at a young age, I knew that because I could hear stories and I could also feel the stresses that went along. I learned to march and to sing in freedom choirs as a teenager. My goal was to learn to become a stronger activist in civil rights because I knew firsthand about discrimination as a person of color and a person with lifelong disability after a bout with childhood polio, as I just recently told you. It was during the post-Louise Day Hicks Days movement and busing children out to South Boston schools and other areas that it became more vivid in my mind that we had to do something. Second, after marriage, building a home here on Martha's Vineyard, I joined the NAACP in 1984. Still, I remained a commuter from Chestnut Hill and Wellesley to here. Note as a child, my family visited here and to visit an Aunt Mariah who was working on the island. She had recently come from Halifax, Nova Scotia. That's where my mother was born and raised as well. We used to always come and visit her on weekends throughout the summers. That was a way of relaxation from getting away from Boston, coming here in the summertime. And we knew that there were different organizations that had become very apparent here on Martha's Vineyard, and I knew that I had to be involved. I knew that the NAACP had meetings. The meetings normally were in homes, and from homes it went to the community housing of the seniors and also the Catholic parish house on Circuit Ave. We would meet there on Saturdays. So even though I traveled back and forth in those days, I was able to maintain my membership and also to be very active in the NAACP. My main interest, of course, was social justice and cultural and political. And as Fannie Lou Hamer said, I am sick and I am tired of being sick and tired. And my parents always told us that, if you want to make change, you have to be a part of it. You just can't be talking about how awful things are. You always have to be a part of making the change. So with leadership roles of organizing and directing to health equity and legal defense, and my NAACP journey on Martha's Vineyard has been a great journey. Voting rights is a very important issue. By way of working with the NAACP and also the League of Women Voters, we do education. We help to train people to get into positions here on the island as well. One of the areas that the NAACP is very vital in is with humanity focus. The focus, for example, of cruelty by teachers in the public school systems at some points. For example, when I was a young girl, and here on Martha's Vineyard, you hear some of the students complaining about various indiscretions that have happened. And so when people come to us in our political action and social justice committees, a report is given, we assess it, and we go and we try to get the issue resolved.
We try to advocate for those who are excluded. And I think those who believe in diversity and inclusion feel that they are excluded. So those would be my target group. I often ask myself, what am I doing for others? And I personally find it humbling to work for and join with 2 million other advocates on this journey.
NAACP, different backgrounds are very good. It helps with the understanding of the diversity throughout the whole organization. It brings the warmth of others into the organization to make us a whole. It's nice to hear from everybody the different perspectives and the differences in what we need to offer people. And that is one of the main goals, I would say, of the NAACP. Togetherness, we stand, and we also can further ourselves and make everyone in our surroundings better. Black Lives Matter, I think, is an everyone's issue. What happened last fall and summer was an atrocity to the treatment of people of color within these United States of America. It sets us back many, many years. And you know what? The invasion, the intrusion, the desecration of the Capitol was really something. And you know what? It proved that they let people of other color just walk in to do this. We, people of color, demonstrating, mind you, not looting or anything else, just demonstrating for our rights to make people aware of what we are doing. And we were slapped, disgraced, abused. And other people just walked into a building like they were privileged people. Well, guess what? NAACP and people of all colors are privileged, and we will still march on. This is our goal. We will succeed. We will make it a great place, a great home for everybody. Notice I didn't pull out people. I said a home for everybody. This is our nation. This is our song. And I say our song because how sweet it is when we can take in and sing together in a joyous voice to make peace for everybody and make sure everyone has a successful life.